Days of War, Nights of Love. Crime Think for beginners. Warning: this book will not save your life. Today, there is a booming discontent industry consisting of entrepreneurs who cash in on your misery by selling you products that describe and decry it. Thus, the exchange economy finds a place even for its enemies, perpetuating both industry and discontent as we struggle to fight them. We keep the wheels turning by selling more merchandise. And, as in every other aspect of your lives, your real desires to make something happen are channeled into consuming, and your own abilities and potential are displaced, projected onto the revolutionary items you purchase. This book could be a part of that process. While we hope we are using our product to sell revolution, it might be that we are just using revolution to sell our product. The best of intentions can't protect us from this risk. But we've taken this project because we felt that, in addition to our other, less explicitly compromised activities, it might be worth giving the old experiment one more try, to see if a commodity can be created that gives more than it takes away. For this book to have even the smallest chance of succeeding in that tall order, you can't approach it passively. You can't expect it to do the work. You have to regard it as a tool, nothing more. This book will not save your life. That, my friend, is up to you. Okay, that said, here we go. Think about your direct bodily experience of life. No one can lie to you about that. How many hours a day do you spend in front of a television screen, a computer screen, behind an automobile windscreen? All 3 screens combined. What are you being screened from? How much of your life comes at you through a screen vicariously? Is watching things as exciting as doing things? Do you have enough time to do all the things you want to do? Do you have enough energy to? And how many hours a day do you sleep? How are you affected by standardized time, designed solely to synchronize your movements with those of millions of other people? How long do you ever go without knowing what time it is? Who or what controls your minutes and hours? The minutes and hours that add up to your life. Can you put a value on a beautiful day when the birds are singing and people are walking around together? How many dollars an hour does it take to pay you to stay inside and sell things or file papers? What will you get later that could make up for this day of your life? How are you affected by being in crowds, by being surrounded by anonymous masses? Do you find yourself blocking your emotional responses to other human beings? And who prepares your meals? Do you ever eat by yourself? Do you ever eat standing up? How much do you know about what you eat and where it comes from? How much do you trust it? What are we deprived of by labour-saving devices, by thought-saving devices? How are you affected by the requirements of efficiency, which place value on the product rather than the process, on the future rather than the present moment that is getting shorter and shorter as we speed faster and faster into the future? What are we speeding towards? Are we saving time? Saving it up for what? How are you affected by being moved around in prescribed paths, in elevators, buses, subways, escalators, on highways and sidewalks? By moving, working and living in 2- and 3-dimensional grids? How are you affected by being organised, immobilised and scheduled? Instead of wandering, roaming freely and spontaneously, scavenging, shoplifting. How much freedom of movement do you have? Freedom to move through space, to move as far as you want, in new and unexplored directions. And how are you affected by waiting? Waiting in line, waiting in traffic, waiting to eat, waiting for a bus, waiting for the bathroom, learning to punish and ignore your spontaneous urges. How are you affected by holding back your desires? By sexual repression, by the delay or denial of pleasure, starting in childhood, along with the suppression of everything in you that is spontaneous, everything that evidences your wild nature, your membership in the animal kingdom. Is pleasure dangerous? Could danger be joyous? Do you ever need to see the sky? Can you see stars in the sky anymore? Do you ever need to see water, leaves, foliage, animals, glinting, glimmering, moving? Is that why you have a pet, an aquarium, houseplants? Or are television and radio your glinting, glimmering, moving? How much of your life comes at you through a screen vicariously? Do videotapes of yourself and your friends fascinate you, as if you are somehow more real in image than in life? If your life was made into a movie, would it be worth watching? And how do you feel in situations of enforced passivity? How are you affected by a non-stop assault of symbolic communication? Audio, visual, print, billboard, computer, video, radio, robotic voices, as you wander through the forest of signs. What are they urging upon you? Do you ever need solitude, quiet, contemplation? Do you remember it? Thinking on your own, rather than reacting to stimuli? Is it hard to look away? Is looking away the very thing that is not permitted? Where can you go to find silence and solitude? Not white noise, but pure silence. Not loneliness, but gentle solitude. How often have you stopped to ask yourself questions like these? Do you find yourself committing acts of symbolic violence? Do you ever feel lonely in a way that words cannot even express? Do you ever feel ready to lose control?